You know, last year, the NFL had all the things that fans have come to expect from pro football.
In all professional sports, I don't think anything quite compares to the spectacle of the NFL.
I think everybody knew going in last year that Dallas was the dominant team.
Deep to the post, Harper, touchdown!
Not only did this team have talent, but had great desire to dominate.
It was a great year for old pros. You know, vintage guys like Sims, Montana, and Allen.
Once again, the magician that is Joe Montana.
Certainly wasn't a bad year for young guys either. Of course, you had Reggie Brooks and Jerome Bettis at running back, and you had quarterbacks like Rick Meyer and Drew Bledsoe. It's very unusual for quarterbacks to have an impact like that so quickly.
It's a touchdown! Who got you?
And, of course, pro football always has its lighter side.
You see him? Evidently not.
Freddie broke his nose. That's what's the matter when he broke his nose.
He never had a good nose anyways.
Listen to the roar of this crowd if this doesn't work.
Lock that guy on that sweep. You just stand there fiddle fighting with him. Go ahead and block his ass.
In the end, however, the Dallas Cowboys' talent and fire prevailed in a big way.
Fake, throws it to Harper, touchdown!
It's anybody's guess how off-season developments will affect Dallas's chances of winning a third straight Super Bowl.
But for one of 27 challengers to Dallas's supremacy, this is how it went last year, a year that had it all. NFL 93.
Guys, this is a game of the heart. A game of being a man. Let's go.
For the Kansas City Chiefs, 1993 proved to be a journey of the heart.
Let's go. Showtime, baby. Showtime.
It was a season of great achievement. The Chiefs were division champions for the first time in more than 2 decades, winning 7 of 8 games against their AFC West rivals. It was a season of legendary proportion. The presence of Joe Montana and Marcus Allen gave 1993 a special feel right from the very beginning. And at times, it seemed that the dimension they added was indeed magical.
He's running to the near side, cocks his arm, throws a pass on the fly in the end zone. Touchdown! Marcus Allen underneath the crossbar in the middle of the end zone.
Most importantly, 1993 was a season when no mountain was too high to climb, no obstacle too great to overcome, for a team that time and again displayed the character of a champion. In a season that fell 1 game short of the Super Bowl, the enduring memories will be many, but none will be marked more indelibly than this team's ability to conquer adversity, to thrive in the toughest of circumstances. It's what made 1993 a special season in Kansas City.
One play at a time. I ain't nervous.
All right, hey.
The first Sunday of the 1993 season had a decidedly different look for the Chiefs. Their quarterback was new to Kansas City, but the results were vintage Joe Montana.
1st and 10 for the Buccaneer 19. Back to pass. Joe Montana sets up, winds up, hesitates out, throws a pass into the end zone. A diving catch, touchdown! And folks, as they say, this could be the start of something big. Joe Montana, his first touchdown pass as a Kansas City Chief.
Heavy and 17 wham. So that would put us about there. We're thinking about heavy.
17 wham. He said not to tear it, though. You
don't want to tear it? Okay.
3rd and 7. Back to pass Montana. Sets up. Pocket crumbling. Montana winds up. Arches a spiral down the near side. Over the shoulder catch to the 10 by JJ. Touchdown. Looking up into the bright sun of Tampa, Florida. JJ Burton has just caught a 52-yard touchdown pass by Joe Montana. What a play.
Sweet release. They ready to quit. They ready to quit.
Lighting at the break stride.
Hey.
Marcus is a halfback. 26 fullback now.
Marcus, you go right now.
The pass Montana looks right, comes it off at the 10-yard line to Marcus. He's on the 5. He almost breaks a tackle. He dives in. Deliver the goods, Marcus, baby.
Montana had tossed aside 2 years of inactivity to throw 3 touchdown passes in the Chiefs' 27-3 victory. The Montana watch would be ever present, but the future was being built on the wings of the pass. The plodding of the past had been replaced by the firepower of the quick strike. And no one accepted the challenge more than the Chiefs' new-look offensive line.
Come on. Something to prove out here today. Let's finish. 1, 2, 3, go!
The Chiefs had met the challenge of change. Pro football is now a game played on the flanks, with speed and quickness placed at a premium. Spread out the defense. Make them defend the entire field. Attack at all times. This also gives you the needed mentality to come from behind, which all teams must do during the course of the season if they expect to compete at the highest levels. For the Chiefs, one moment of truth came at the Los Angeles Coliseum on the 11th Sunday of the NFL season. They fell behind 14-0 and trailed by 10 at halftime.
Marcus, left side, breaks a tackle, gets a block at the 40, out in open field, 35-30, cuts inside, breaks another tackle, 25, the 20, he's gone, 15, 10, 5, oh, they get him from behind, he's down. Bray gets the snap, hands off, Marcus, left side, breaks a tackle, takes a defender on his back, into the end zone, digging in, touchdown, what a play, Marcus Allen with the touchdown. From the 34, first down and 10 yards to go, Craig the snap, fakes the handoff, a lot of time, dropping deep in the pocket to throw, winds up, there's a long pass, Davis over the shoulder catch, alone at the 20, he'll walk it in for a touchdown. The Chiefs have got the lead. The Chiefs have captured the lead.
The final was 31-20, a mere prelude to the mid-December matchup against the Chargers, the AFC West title hanging in the balance for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs will need a Christmas miracle to come back, as now they are down 16-0. Back to pass Montana, pocket crumbles, he moves up, he cocks his arm, he's throwing a line drive into the end zone. Touchdown Kansas City, and the Chiefs' Christmas goose is not cooked yet. Back to pass, Montana throws a pass, caught inside the 5 of the near end zone. It's a touchdown on the near side. J.J. Burton, an over-the-shoulder catch on a quick hitter by Montana. And the Chiefs have come back to score 20 unanswered points on San Diego.
The defense sealed the critical late-season win.
Freeze the snap and the drop back. Freeze sets up, pocket crumbles. He throws as he is hit pass. Intercepted. It's picked off by Kansas City's Albert Lewis. He got it, baby. Oh, baby, what a play. The Chiefs have nailed down a win over San Diego.
It's our house.
Take it. Let's go, man. Focus. Finish. You know where we're in. Let's go.
In the 90s, the Chiefs are among the NFL's elite. In each of the last 4 seasons, only 3 teams have made the playoffs. The Chiefs are one of them. Every year, they have a shot at the Super Bowl.
Chiefs, we're coming to town near you.
We're ready, buddy. Believe it. We are here to stay. Thank you, Mr. Peterson. We take our hat off to you.
Consistent excellence results from success in two areas. You must defend your home turf, and you must control your division. For the second straight year, the Chiefs won 7 of 8 at Arrowhead. And their domination of the AFC West has reached epic proportions. 23 of their last 28 games against division opponents have been victories.
Handoff, sweep right side, Marcus Big Hole, 30, 25, cuts inside, got a block, 20, cuts across the other way, 15, 10, foot race to the 5, running to the far sideline, he's got in a touchdown! What a run by Marcus Allen!
In San Diego, the Chiefs faced a strong challenge to their AFC West supremacy. They trailed 14-10 late in the fourth quarter and were staring at 4th and 10.
4th and 10 from the 43. Back to pass, Montana. Here comes the blitz. Joe moves up, cracks his arm, throws a pass. It's caught. It's caught for a first down at the Charger 31-yard line.
In this special season of comebacks and character, the Chiefs scored with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Marcus right side, dives in, touchdown! I love this game!
Staying on top requires flexibility, the willingness to adapt when needed. In 1993, the Chiefs, as they did on offense, responded to the challenge and changed their defensive look. They switched to the 4-3, and right from week 1, the results were positive.
Great job, defense! Great job!
They got the ball on the 38-yard line.
We hold them to a field goal. That side goes. We pump them up, and they get the damn thing going. That thing set the offense up for the score. Hell of a job.
Let's go. 3.
In 1993, the Chiefs' run defense was the team's best in 22 years. And for the second time in 4 years, Kansas City was home to the NFL sack king. In '93, it was Neil Smith. Since 1990, no team has forced more turnovers than the Chiefs. And this season, the takeaway again proved to be an offensive weapon.
Back to pass, Meyer. He stands in the pocket from behind. He's hit, but he breaks the tackle and staggers free. Running to the near side. He's hit again. There's a fumble, and it's picked up. It's Derek Thomas, who's running up the near sideline. He's gone.
4 times in the season's final 9 games, turnovers turned the tide. Against the Packers, the ability to take the ball away was the difference between victory and defeat.
Fumble. It's loose. It's picked up by Sally Amua. Running lateral into the 15, down the sideline 10. 5, they'll get a block. He's in for a touchdown. Brett Favre, second down, goal to 3. Gets the snap, hands up. Thompson running over the right side. He fumbles into the end zone. It's recovered by Kansas City.
3 weeks later, the Chiefs' pressure defense overwhelmed the Bills.
Second down and 9. Buffalo at the 31. Back deep in the pocket to Joe Kelly. Winds up. He's hit. The ball goes free. It's intercepted by Sally Amua at the 30. Down the sideline 25. Gets a block at the 20. Down the sideline he goes. He's out of bounds. Oh, baby, what a play.
The Chargers had their attempt at a game-winning drive snuffed by an interception. And on the final Sunday of the regular season, the Chiefs' 11th win was secured by a fourth-quarter fumble recovery.
Going to the 10, recovered by Timden at the 11-yard line. That'll do it. The door has been shut on Seattle.
In 1993, more fans filed into Arrowhead Stadium than ever before. In Kansas City, football is a passion play.
Chiefs all the way, Chiefs! We're number 1!
A game at Arrowhead is a shared experience. And at no time does that emotion flow from fans to players as it does on Monday night.
It's our house. Let's make them feel it. Make them feel it. Time to rumble, baby. It's time to rumble.
In prime time, Arrowhead is Death Valley for all who enter. On Monday night, In early November, following a loss in Miami, the Chiefs' season could have unraveled. It was a game when character would reign. David Craig, replacing an injured Montana, directed a mistake-free offense. And Marcus Allen's fourth-quarter touchdown helped seal a 23-16 victory. In his first year in Kansas City, Allen was so much more than a great football player. He was, in every way, the man.
That's the hype, man. That's the guy. That's my mentor, Marcus Allen.
Craig gets the snap. Hands off. Marcus at the middle of the 10. Breaks a tackle at the 5. Cuts inside. Breaks another tackle at the 1. Touchdown! Marcus Allen weaving through.
In Chiefs red and gold, Allen was revived, scoring more touchdowns than anyone in the AFC, and reaching a milestone less than 10 players in NFL history have accomplished.
Craig gets the snap, spins, hands off, right side run. Marcus. He breaks the tackle at the goal line. He's in for a touchdown. That's his 100th career touchdown.
Allen symbolized the 1993 Chiefs. Tough, committed, resilient. Champions of the heart.
One thing that it proves, the one thing that makes this such a great game, you can talk all you want, but when you step across the white stripe, the only thing that matters is that 6 inches between your backbone and your breastbone. We understand where it's at. Now listen to me.
For the division champion Chiefs, the playoffs began at Arrowhead.
Focus and finish. No distraction. Focus and finish.
Let's go to work, man.
Montana was whacked and slow to get up. David Craig in for the injured Joe Montana. Craig drops back, looks right, pump fakes, arches a pass down the near side, in the end zone, and over the shoulder, leaping catch, touchdown, Kansas City! A spectacular catch in the corner by J.J. Burton. Oh, man, what a catch! What a catch!
In this opening round matchup against the Steelers, the Chiefs fell behind 17-7. But this team, as they had done all season, fought back.
The pitch out to Marcus, gets a block, cuts inside, over the tackle, diving in, touchdown! They're on a roll, baby, they're on a roll!
Kansas City would have to reach deep again and again. Trailing by 7, with less than 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the special teams made a truly special play.
Here comes the rush, and the punt is blocked! It's picked up by Kansas City! Fred Jones down the sideline! And Kansas City's got the ball inside the 10. First down and goal to go.
Cover 2.
But 1st and 10 quickly became 4th and 7. One play. It would be a play that would define an entire season.
We have to get in the end zone. Let's go.
Get him in the end zone.
Come on, Joe.
4th and goal to go. Not a more important play has been performed by the Chiefs than what is coming up right now. Back to pass Montana. Cocks his arm. Looks right. No one there. Looks left. Throws in the end zone. Touchdown! He's done it! Joe Montana has done it again! The quarterback with the Hollywood name has just laced a line drive pass into the teeth of the Pittsburgh defense. And Tim Barnett has come up with perhaps the biggest catch in his career.
Don't count us out. Don't never count us out. What's up, G-Town?
Nick Lowry will try to win the game. It'll be a 43-yard attempt.
Come on, Nick, baby. Come on, Nick, baby. Way to go, Colonel. Come on, Nick, baby. You can do it, Nick. Come on, Nick. This for next week, Nick.
Parker to hold near hash, a wind at his back. Good snap, ball put down, the kick is up, arching up, end over end it is! No good, Lowry missed with 7 seconds remaining.
In one of the most compelling games of the NFL season, the Chiefs summoned the strength of character to move on. In overtime, they were finally rewarded.
Here comes Nick Lowry to try to win it for Kansas City.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick.
It'll be a 32-yard attempt. The snap is a good one. Ball put down. The kick is up. It is good. Kansas City wins it. The Chiefs are going to Houston.
Hey, look, talk to
the Chiefs are gonna win. And they're gonna kick the Oilers' butt.
Everybody pick Houston. Yeah, we have a team. I give you something to go out and play for, won't it? I know it do for me. No respect. Joe Montana? Who's that, man? Oh, that guy's 37 years old, ain't he? Gonna take it to him today. Knockout, baby. He won't last the first quarter. Believe me, I said it first. Too much, baby. You got too much for him.
This is a game of the heart. A game of being a man.
I'll tell you what, I saw 96 and everybody there. I just tried to find somebody to hit.
Yelling at the top of their voice. Montana battles it all. Montana cuts back to throw. Montana winds up, double pumps, throws a long pass down the middle. Oh my God, he snapped the ball inside the 5.
We got it figured out. Now we just got to keep right. We got it figured out. We got to focus now. You got to focus. We got it figured out.
Back to pass, Montana. Pocket crumbles. He winds up. Montana throws a line drive. It's caught. Caught by Davis. 40. Curls in the middle. 35-30. Foot race to 25-20. He's down to the fake handoff. Rolling is Montana. Cocks his arm. Dumps a pass wide open. Leaping two-hand catch. Made 7-yard line by Cash. Handles to the sideline. The 5. He's in for a touchdown. Chiefs are on the board with 10:19 remaining. Third quarter of play.
In the hostile Houston Astrodome, the Chiefs again had to rebound from a halftime deficit. And this game may have slipped totally away from them if not for the record-setting play of the defense. 9 sacks and 3 takeaways kept Kansas City within striking distance. In a remarkable fourth-quarter stretch of less than 2 minutes, beginning with 9:37 left, the Chiefs seized control of a game few gave them any chance to win.
Montana backpedal sets. Pump fakes. There's a line drive down the middle into the end zone. Touchdown! J.J. Burton caught the Montana line drive. And the Chiefs have come back to tie with 8:38 left in regulation.
We may have to come back and do this again, Timmy. We may have to come back and do this again now, okay?
And Moon the snap, the drop back, steps in the pocket, it crumbles, he's hit, a fumble on the play, it's loose, there's a pile, Sally Moon picks it up with the 10, he rumbles to the end, Pat Thomas stole the ball, oh baby what a play! Back to pass, Joe Montana, looks right, arches a pass, into the end zone, a backpedaling leaping catch, touchdown! I don't believe what I just saw, Montana Magic is back, alive and kicking in Houston, Texas.
Here we go, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All the way to Buffalo. 2 minutes. That's right. Believe. 2 minutes.
3rd and 2 at the 21. Maybe the game's most important play. And Marcus over the middle. First down, 120. 6, 8, 15, 10. 5 touchdown! Gotta love this game.
Hey, you gotta love it, don't you? You gotta love it.
1:55 left as Marcus Allen snakes his way up the middle for a touchdown. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got a Kansas City winner in the heart of Texas today.
I tell you what, we went out there and showed the best defensive line in the country, the best defense in the country, that we can get 28 points on the big boys. And don't doubt us anymore. Now get out of here.
You played with great determination. You played with great heart. And whatever you do in life, whether it's this or anything else, if you play with your heart, if you work with your heart, there's nothing you can't accomplish. We had one guy that made a comment. His comment was, believe, believe, believe. And Derek, yes, we believed.
In 1993, the Chiefs never gave up, never backed down. It's a belief, an attitude fostered by Marty Schottenheimer, who has proven over time that he understands what it takes to win in the National Football League. This is an organization that has responded to the need for change and has met the challenges that consistent success in the NFL demands. The Chiefs are winners. They make the playoffs every year, and every year they are legitimate Super Bowl contenders. That's the constant, and it makes every season a special season in Kansas City.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable. When you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, there's one simple reality. A healthy Joe Montana gives the Chiefs a very real chance to return to the AFC Championship game and take that next step to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, under Marty Schottenheimer, have proven to be one of the NFL's elite teams, solid and consistent in almost all areas. As 1994 approaches, Kansas City will again be a Super Bowl contender. And while Montana is still the key, this is a team that features the finest pass rushing combination in the NFL. Defensive end Neil Smith and linebacker Derek Thomas.
You can make an argument that there are other pass rushing tandems that are as good. I just don't think right now, with both guys really at the peak of their careers, I don't think that you can find two better pass rushers playing in tandem. That's why going into this year, I really like the Chiefs' chances because I think those two guys are just the tops.
In 1993, Derek Thomas played at defensive end, where he was clearly overmatched and often not a factor.
They want him to be a disruptive force, and they're still obviously fumbling around trying to figure out the best way to use him.
In 1994, Thomas will return to the role that made him one of the NFL's big playmakers, outside pass rusher, with the freedom to roam and the ability to dominate. To improve against the run, the Chiefs signed Tony Casillas, one of the most underrated tackles in the league.
You look at Tony Casillas, a guy who's been around the league for 8 or 9 years now, and you say, boy, this guy's kind of getting near the end. But think about it. He's been a part-time player in Dallas because they rotated 4 defensive tackles, and he was in the doghouse late in his career in Atlanta, so he wasn't playing that much. The guy's got a lot of tread left on his tire, and I think in terms of a real kind of 4-3, that kind of defensive tackle, in those kind of schemes, Tony Casillas is a very, very valuable addition.
Alert screen, alert screen, alert screen!
Another valuable addition is cornerback Mark Collins, the free agent from the New York Giants. Collins will step right into the spot vacated by Albert Lewis as the Chiefs get younger without sacrificing talent. On offense, Kansas City needs one more outstanding season from 34-year-old Marcus Allen. And most importantly, an injury-free year from the game's greatest quarterback, 38-year-old Joe Montana.
If Joe Montana lines up healthy and ready for 16 games, the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl.
Joe Montana, until he proves otherwise, is the dominant, charismatic leader in the NFL. Before they played the Buffalo Bills, the Bills players were calling Joe Montana, they were comparing him to the star in The Natural with Robert Redford. They said, there's Roy Hobbs, the best there ever was. And that's how the other players in the league look at Joe Montana, almost as like a mythical figure. When you play against him, you say, he doesn't have a strong arm. He can't do this. He can't do that. He's just a normal guy. But how does he win those games in the fourth quarter? How does the field look so simple to him? Why is it all so easy? Why can't other quarterbacks do that?
The greatest strength the Chiefs have coming into 1994 is they've all gotten to know each other. And even though they still don't have the tremendous game-breaker wide receiver that the great teams in the NFL have, they can get it done with the receivers they have.
So with Joe healthy, the formula is simple.
The offense ticks, they possess the ball, they have the old San Francisco type drives, and to me, they're the best team because nobody in a healthy way has figured out how to stop Montana yet.
king right flex, 200 jets. He's saying, hey, if you don't have the slant, you got the tight end over the ball.
Yet head coach Marty Schottenheimer believes, even with Montana, his offense is still not complete.
We're going to have to find a way to try to create some more big plays offensively.
Problem was in practice, I throw the ball shallow, and Freddie takes it high. So Freddie beats him, I go, he's going high. So I throw the ball high, he goes far.
I thought for the most part we were relatively efficient, but I still didn't feel that we were able to contribute as many big plays to the overall attack as we would like to.
It's a critical year for Schottenheimer. They got to the playoffs this year. They've shown that they can do it, but if they don't achieve something very quickly here, they're going to go back down because Joe Montana's not getting any younger. Marcus Allen's not getting any younger. They need to utilize these guys to the best they can right now.
A year ago, the Chiefs' season ended with Montana lying on the turf in Buffalo. 1994 would be viewed as a disappointment if it ended with another championship game defeat.
There's a very, very narrow window for all of us to get to that particular ball game, but certainly from a personal standpoint, it would be yes.
As Schottenheimer and the Chiefs look to 1994, they know they have one thing going for them. The NFL is, without question, a quarterback's game. And they have the best there is in Kansas City.
Few teams have a tradition and history as interesting and as varied as the Kansas City Chiefs. In the 1960s, the Chiefs helped make the old American Football League much more than an upstart league. And they did this with a cast of characters as colorful as any in professional football. In our classics section, we're going to take a look at three Chiefs whose careers began in the 60s, and each, in his own way, contributed not only to the success of the Chiefs, but added something unique to the game of football. The three men are Fred Williamson, Sherrill Hedrick, and Otis Taylor.
Over 20,000 men have played in the NFL. Of those, just 152 are enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There are, however, some missing persons who deserve to be included. Here is one of them.
I would love to be among those great players and be a part of them, but you just can't let it worry you. People ask me every day just about in my life as to ask me why. Why haven't I? Why aren't you? When are they going to? And this is true. They're really interested. But why, I don't know. I still don't know. Somebody tell me.
A wide receiver of his size, 6'3", 215 pounds, and speed of 4.40 was unheard of in the 1960s. On the receiving end of Len Dawson's passes, Otis Taylor became the Chiefs' all-time total yardage and touchdown leader. Coach Hank Stram's conservative offense put limits on Taylor's statistical achievements, but his worth to one of the best teams of the decade was unquestioned.
I would have liked to have caught more deep passes. I always said I could have, but Hank was a pretty much conservative type coach. A lot of times a play was called, and Lenny and I have an understanding. Lenny used to give me the feel as to saying, if he's here, do this, I do that. You have to improvise a little bit to make things work. But Lenny used to say, I'm throwing it, you tell me what you want to do. So Lenny always wanted to get me to football because he always would tell me that I was a man.
We didn't get the ball to Otis Taylor enough. Otis Taylor, in my opinion, was as good as any receiver that's played the game. He could do so many things. Once he caught the ball, it was a thing of beauty to watch. He loved physical contact. You know, when you look at receivers today, how many of them can say that they don't mind getting in there and popping people?
I like to do something with the ball. I hate the day to see a receiver run out of bounds because it's 5 more yards or 10 more yards that he could get.
In 7 years, Taylor and the Chiefs won 3 AFL championships, but they shined brightest in Super Bowl IV.
Come on, Lenny. Pump it in there, baby. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
For 3 periods, Dawson and Taylor picked the Vikings apart with their short passing game.
They can't cover that in a million years. No way in the world they can cover that stuff. See, that stuff in front is like stealing. We got to do more of it.
After the Vikings fought back to within 9 points, the underdog Chiefs officially became Super Bowl champions.
Let's go tight-eye, double hook.
It was a checkoff that I had read the defense and they were going to blitz. So I checked off to a simple hitch pattern to the outside. So it was a good call. The idea was if we could get it off, get it out there, it'd be one-on-one.
He's going to go!
Otis Taylor made the catch and did the rest.
Otis Taylor, great move. He was hit at the 35, pulled loose, went down the sideline, pulled a great move, went in for the touchdown.
It wasn't any miracle play, anything. It was a short pass and making things happen afterward. I was very happy. My mom was very happy. She was in the stands hollering, "That's my baby." She probably didn't know what play I ran or what was happening, but she was very proud, and by her being proud and crying in the stands, and when I walked back to the sideline, it was a very emotional moment.
Where's Otis? Where's Otis?
Otis Taylor's contributions will never be forgotten in Kansas City.
That's the way to inject that ball over the goal line.
Only time will tell if they are remembered in Canton, Ohio.
20,000 people gave me a reaction. 10,000 booed, 10,000 cheered. That's okay. I mean, they were watching me.
Kansas City's Fred Williamson was one of the most colorful cornerbacks ever to play professional football. He could match skills against the AFL's best and come out on top. His prowess as a pass defender was surpassed only by his tenacity as a tackler. For Fred Williamson played his best when the spotlight was brightest. His solo performances on pass catchers gained him national notoriety.
I always considered football as a form of show business. I was the first guy actually to start wearing white shoes. The nickname that was given to me by my admirous fans was the Hammer.
Hammering was Fred Williamson's calling card, a tactic that took on many looks. It was legal back then, but hardly popular with opponents. Nevertheless, in the 1966 AFL Championship game, it was effective against the Buffalo Bills. Kansas City buried Buffalo 31-6, earning the Hammer a chance to test his tactics against the mighty Green Bay Packers.
The first week we arrived to Los Angeles, Stram quietly comes over to me and says, "That kind of attitude we can't have here. You can't be that kind of braggadocio guy that you're going to alert the Packers that we're here." And I'm thinking, they know we're here. If I tell you that Boyd Dial is not going to catch a pass, it's because I believe it. If I tell you Carroll Dale is going to be spending half the game on his behind, it's because I believe it. As a matter of fact, the first fake Boyd Dial gave me, they carried him off the field after that. He caught one pass, slanting over the middle, and I said, this is just what I'm looking for. There's a guy 6'7", 6'8", coming across on a slant end on the Hammer. And I hit him with everything that I had, and they took him off the field because the shoulder was no longer normal. And now if they want to blame the loss of the game on me, they can blame it on this particular incident because of the fact that after that, Max McGee came in. And it takes him an hour and 25 minutes to run a 100-yard dash. He goes over on the other side of the field, and I look up, he's catching 2 slant-in passes for 2 touchdowns. I mean, to me, that was typical of the attitude that we had carried into the game.
Fred Williamson persisted with his downfield demolition. But, as irony would have it, in the end, it was the Hammer who got nailed.
Well, I had set myself up because I was the Pied Piper. The Green Bay Packers are going to get the Hammer. Donnie Anderson came around, and his knee hit me right right here in the forehead, and I went down. And I was a little woozy.
The Hammer
Hey, you know who got hurt?
The hammer.
The hammer.
They nailed the hammer.
Hey, Slap, the hammer got it.
I'm the clown of the football field now because I'm out. They got the hammer. They said, come on, get up. And I refused to get up. I'm embarrassed. They came and they dragged me off the field and dumped me on the sidelines. When they dumped me, I jumped up and I waved at my fans to let them know I was all right.
If we had any psychological advantage going against the Packers in Super Bowl I, we couldn't do any talking. We have to be quiet. And here's Fred expounding on what he was and was going to do to the Packers, and how he was going to level them. But Freddie Williamson was an outstanding player. I know he did a lot of talking, but he backed it up.
I mean, I knew that I could do the job. I mean, I was all pro most of the years that I played, so I wasn't really concerned about anybody's analysis of Fred Williamson as I am now in my life. I don't really care if people don't like my movie, but if you go see the movie, then you have the right to say you don't like my movie because you have spent your money to see my movie. Then you have a right.
Today, Fred Williamson acts in, produces, and directs his own feature films. His lifestyle is quintessential Hollywood. But one does get the impression that deep inside, Fred Williamson's favorite role is, and always will be, the hammer. If you live in Fort Worth, Texas, and want to learn how to play bridge, just drop by the Town Rec Center and sign up for lessons with Cheryl Hedrick. An accomplished master and tournament player, Hedrick has shared his knowledge with housewives and senior citizens. It's hard to believe this friendly, unassuming fellow is the same man whose football exploits are still revered by his teammates from the old AFL.
They really named him right when they named him Psycho. This guy is a legend. Some of the, he's unbelievable. He is simply unbelievable.
With the Kansas City Chiefs, Hedrick, number 69, raised hell off the field and buried tacklers on it.
He was probably the best middle linebacker in football back in the days when they talked about Sam Huff and Joe Schmidt. But Cheryl Hedrick was playing in the American Football League, and he was, in my opinion, just as good as those two football players. Cheryl was probably the best middle linebacker in football back in the 60s. Plus, he was one of the all-time characters of professional football.
Cheryl Hedrick is, I mean, he is, if he don't throw up before the game, something's wrong. I mean, everybody's waiting on, I mean, you ever go to the locker room, you wait, nobody will go out on the field until they hear something going in there going, oh, that's Cheryl throwing up, everything's okay.
He's the only guy could come into the dressing room after a game and he would beat everybody out of the shower. And the thing that he did, he never dried off with a towel. He would put his clothes on and that would dry him off. He said he don't want to waste time doing that.
Hedrick further enhanced his bizarre reputation with a total disregard for injuries or the suffering they caused him.
The man's threshold of pain is unbelievable. And I can recall that he broke a finger, and the bone was sticking out of his finger, and he came to the sidelines and wanted the trainer to snap it in place. And he said, no, goes to the team doctor. He says, no, I don't have time. So he said, bang, he snapped it in place himself. And he said, I'll be back, get me some tape. The next play, he came back and wrapped it around his two fingers together and was back out playing again without missing a stroke.
I've played with a broken thumb and broken fingers a lot of times, various other injuries. I had two operations, one of them on a Thursday and played on a Sunday. I played the whole game against Houston and didn't find out for 2 days later that I'd actually had a broken bone in my neck.
But Hedrick smiled through the pain as the Chiefs' class clown, a character and cut-up who gritted his teeth and laughed through the hurt.
He had the hemorrhoid operation on a Thursday, and we had like a 6 or 7 hour flight out to the West Coast for a football game on Saturday, so he stayed in the hospital on Friday, got out of the hospital, made the flight to California, and during that flight they gave him a little round inner tube to sit on. Well, about 1 or 2 hours of sitting on that inner tube was more than he could take because it interfered somehow with his poker game that he used to get into on the airplane all the time. And before it was all over, Cheryl was wearing that inner tube on top of his head and was not supposed to play in the football game on Sunday, but Stram couldn't keep him out of the game, and he ran out on a field and played a fantastic football game.
The injuries finally caught up with him, and in 1967, the hobbled Hedrick was let go by the Chiefs and picked up by the expansion Cincinnati Bengals.
He had lost 2 steps, not just a half a step. Couldn't do the things he once could do so well, but he could lead you with regard to never forgetting this is a contact sport. And the Bengals were a tough football team. Earlier than any expansion team I've ever seen, they were a tough physical team. And Cheryl Hedrick was really the core of creating that as the way to play. Their toughness the first 5 years was based so much on Hedrick's personality.
I enjoyed playing football. That was my life. I thought it was the most incredible thing in the world. Everybody said I didn't make much money playing football, which I didn't. But if you look at it the other way, I thought those people were completely stupid. They're paying me to do the thing that I love most.
He was someone that I'll always remember, and I don't know how he survived as many years as he has.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.